Basically, there are two ways to make money. Number one, sell a product. Number two, render a service. If you desire to be the kind of person who does the selling or the servicing alone, just doing your thing, and to have enough money to take care of yourself while you're strong and to take care of yourself when you're getting old, then you are a solopreneur. But if you intend to own something that is huge, that is massive, that can reach out to a lot of people outside yourself and your family, then you want to be an entrepreneur. According to this book, there are two kinds of entrepreneurs: the Midas Touch entrepreneur and everybody else. The Midas Touch entrepreneur is basically about these 5 things, which I'm going to explain extensively in this video, and how they changed and transformed my entire life when it comes to business and making money. The first is the thumb. The thumb here represents strong character. When I opened this book to start reading, I first browsed through the table of content. As an avid reader, when I looked at some certain things, I knew what they could say. Especially when I got to strong character, I knew strong character was something about enthusiasm, being honest, having integrity, and all of that. I never knew they were going to come up from another place altogether. Strong character here does not exclude enthusiasm and all of the other things, but it's more about having to fail over and over and over again and not give up. That too, Sir Robert T. Kiyosaki and Sir Donald Trump is strong character. And then it got me thinking, because I am an entrepreneur, and I don't think that, based on the way they explained it using other people's examples, I don't think I've gone through enough failures enough. Yeah, I don't think I've gone through failures enough to know if I have strong character like that. And currently, I would say I have not grown to become an entrepreneur who has a strong character, because I've not failed that number of times. I have failed in business, but not over and over and over and over, and still stick to it and believe. So if you want to own a business, if you desire to own a business that is thriving, that is a Midas Touch kind of business, you have to have strong character. Like, I'm talking to myself now, because failure is really a thing. Sometimes it can get to you. And as an entrepreneur, you do not have to allow failure to get to you. Now, the second is focus. Focus. Now, focus here is an acronym for follow one course until successful. Most entrepreneurs know very much about very little. They think it's focus, but it's not focus. It's dangerous to know very much about very little in your business. While it's advisable to outsource, it's also very important that you know a little about what you are outsourcing, so that if somebody is going off, you can bring them back to the point, bring them back to where exactly you want them to be. You must not know everything about everything, but you have to know a little about everything. That is focusing on a course until successful, and not being all over the place in business, but putting your mind to what you're doing and knowing much about your business. That is focused on a course until successful. The third, which is this finger, is branding. Branding. Now, branding is not a name or a logo. It includes a name and a logo, but it's not a name and a logo. And this really got to me because I have a business name, I have a business logo, and I post it almost all the time. To me, I think I am trying to push my brand. That is not branding. Actually, Sir Donald Trump said something that was really funny in the book. He said, if your business is not a brand, it's just business. And I went, yeah, I guess I'm just being busy, because although I'm making money, but I could make much more money if I understand branding. Now, branding is the message that comes to your customers when they hear your name. Everyone has a name, but what message is your name bringing to the mind of your customers? That's branding. And branding does not happen unintentionally. You have to be intentional about the kind of message you want your customers, you want your clients to have when they come in contact with you. For example, President Trump said his brand is associated with excellence. and everyone he hires is excellent. You have to be excellent to keep up with the brand message, to keep up with the idea that he wants to pop up in the mind of his clients and customers. The fourth is this finger, which is relationships. Relationships are very, very important. And I don't have much to say about this because relationships in business, the kind of business I run, doesn't really need a lot of workers. That is why I probably read the Midas Touch, because I want to be an entrepreneur on that level. Now, relationship has more to do with the people you work with and the people who make your business succeed. The main aim of business, I hope you know, the main purpose of business is not to make money. It's to create and to keep customers. Because once you have customers who keep coming, you obviously make money. So the money is the result of business. It's not the aim, like the main thing. The main thing is keep creating and keeping customers. And so relationships on that end becomes vital. It's important to know how to get customers and keep them. In the book, there's a statement in the book that goes, business is not difficult, people are difficult. It's the people that we do a business with that makes business difficult. And the last, and it's also very educational, is the small things that matter. The small things that matter here is not doing the minute things, but it's doing things that set you out, doing things that take you apart, doing things that makes you unique in your business. If you are in a business where there are a lot of people in that business, like if you're in a business where you have lots of competitors, you have to find your own small thing. It must not be a huge thing. It can be probably your color, your customer service, just something small that if you have all of these five things together, then you are ready to become a Midas Touch entrepreneur. I hope you learned something from the video. See you same time, same place next week. Bye.